All right, so this is a mini lesson about the area of a circle. You're gonna need your book, so if you don't have it on your desk, make sure you get your book, and we're gonna start on page 53. Okay, so after you watch the video for the area of circles, let's make a conclusion about it. So what we saw on the video was that when we made, and please write this down as I go, when we made the circle look like a rectangle, the width of the rectangle became the radius, and the length or the base of the rectangle is considered to be half the circumference. Which circumference and half the circumference would be r times pi. So that means that the area of circle is equal to r times pi, which is the same thing as r squared times pi. So this is where your formula comes from. All right, that's what I wanted you to understand. Now remember, area is not to be confused with circumference. Area, we're talking about what's inside the circle. That's my area. Circumference is just the outline, and they have different formulas. Okay, so for circumference, we either use pi times d or 2r pi, and then for area, we use r squared pi. Okay, that's what we have on this excerpt. You can write it down. So now let's do it. On this one, first identify the radius or diameter, and then find the other one. So in this case, that they're giving us the shoulder measure, 8 centimeters. By definition, this is the radius because it only goes from the center to one side of my circle. So the radius is 8 centimeters. To get diameter, I need to multiply the radius times 2, which is going to be 16 centimeters. This is what we talked about yesterday. Now for area, we're just going to be working on the exact one since we have less time. This is the one we need. So for area, we're going to replace the values that are given into our formula. So area is equal to pi r squared. We know pi, let me do it in green. Pi is the same thing as 3.14. This is a constant that's never going to change. And then r squared. Squaring something means multiplying it times itself. So r squared in this case is going to be 8 times 8. So that means I need to multiply 3.14 times 64. Now remember, for this, 3.14, put it on top of your multiplication, 64 on the bottom. So start with 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Take 1. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1, 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Leave one space here and then start with multiplying 6. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2, 8. And 6 times 3 is 18. Now we add everything. That's 6, that's 9, that's 10. Take 1. That's 10 again. Take 1, and that's 2. We have 2 numbers after the decimal, so we move the decimal place 2 spaces to the left. So your exact area is going to be 200.96 centimeters squared. Now for circumference, we need to multiply C is equal to pi times 2r. So C is equal to 3.14 times 2 times 8. 3.14 times 16 is gonna be 818, 413. So that's 4, 12, 10, 50. 50.24. And if you remember this specific one, you had it on your exit ticket yesterday. So the circumference is 50.24 and the area 200.96 centimeters squared. Okay, so these are two different measures. I'm gonna leave you to work on 2 and we'll do 3 on the next video.